I did.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. A very special day. I just kind of got thinking about all the work that went into seeing the young kids. And you think about the community. We embarked on this journey about 6 years ago. And to think that there was one thing that was going to be instrumental in this project getting to where it was, and that was a splash pad for little kids. And it tells you a lot about a community when they put their priorities. And to see those kids playing in that, I think there's a bright future for this community. So thanks everyone for being here today. I'm excited. You know, the job of being mayor of Fergus Falls can have some challenges sometimes. Believe it or not, it has challenges. But it's days like today that make it all worth it. And I think that I've never been so proud to be mayor of Fergus Falls than today. So thanks everyone. So we have some special guests, and hopefully I'm going to be able to say thank you and welcome everybody. You're all special guests today, and so, but I just want to tell a little bit of a story about how this came to be that we're here today, and I think it's a story of perseverance, and it's a story of partnerships, and it's a story of community, and it involves all of you. And so I want to, I'm going to invite some people up here to say a few words, but I just want to share with you a little bit of that story. And for me, the story starts in August of 2016, when the Fergus Falls City Council decided that they would embark on a downtown Riverfront master planning process. And that was the start, and that kicked off the process. Along that way, there's a lot of things that came up, right? COVID being one of them. The state legislature, which was a major source of funding for these projects, not passing bonding bills. There's a lot of hurdles and there's a lot of obstacles. But along the way, the city persevered. And I'm very proud of the community, especially staff. I want to say thank you to Andrew Brumseth, especially, because this project would not have gotten this one without Andrew. We're really lucky in this community to have someone like Andrew. So we started in 2016 with that master planning process. And we went through a series right here of public meetings and getting community ideas about what should be included in a splash pad was one of those ideas. There was an amphitheater, and there was a pavilion, and there was many ideas. We put those ideas on paper, and in September of 2017, we had a visit from the Dean trustees. They come once a year to Fergus Falls. Gary Spees hosts them, and the Dean trustees came to Fergus Falls, and we stood in the parking lot. And it didn't look like that in 2017. It was an empty parking lot that needed to be repaved. And the Dean Trust saw that vision, the vision that we had laid out. And shortly after that, we received a call from the Dean trustees that they were going to make a substantial gift to this project. And that was the moment that this project became possible. Because when they saw the vision, and they invested, they saw the Dean Trust. Sometimes we don't know what the Dean Trust does in the community. They have made such an impact in this community. Their projects, from Apple Tree Dental to the college, to the Cancer Center, down the list, anything that gets done in this community, the Dean Trust is there. And we're incredibly fortunate to have them as partners in this community. And it was on that day in 2017 when this project became a reality, a possibility. So would you help me? We have two members of the Dean Trust, Bob Strike and Sally Godfrey are here. Sally's going to come up and say a few words, but would you help me say thank you to the Dean Trust?
Hello, as Mayor so
me. I'm Sally Godfrey, and I'm here today with Bob Strike, co-trustee. We have a co-trustee, Gary Johnson, who's not able to be with us today. Frank Bedeen was a prominent dentist in Fergus Falls. Some of you here knew him. Approximately 30 years ago, Dr. Bedeen created a charitable trust to benefit West Central Minnesota. There are many examples, as Mayor mentioned, many examples of the things that the Bedeen Trust has done. So many of these examples are display Dr. Bedeen's vision and his generosity. But I would put that back on the community and say that the vision and generosity are the backbone of this community, more than just Dr. Bedeen. We have seen the community build great things over the years. Examples are the Cancer Center, the hockey arena, which I was always very jealous of as a hockey mom, the library, a new dental facility that has increased dental care access for those who cannot afford it. And now, the beautiful Speece Riverfront Park and the beautiful Splash Pad. So much fun to see it in action and see it being used. These are only a few of the examples of the amazing things that have resulted from the vision and generosity of this community. The Bedeen trustees first became aware of the Riverfront project, as the mayor just mentioned, in 2017. And I distinctly remember the trustees walking through the city engineer's office and seeing the drawings. Now those drawings have changed. The plan has changed a number of times, but the vision and the enthusiasm have remained the same. The city has not wavered in its enthusiasm. In addition to the necessary vision and enthusiasm, the Riverfront project would not have been accomplished but for the generosity of many people in this room and many other people in the community. Gary and Sharon Speece, of course, are prime examples of the generosity of this community, but we also see both the money and time of so many people who volunteer, who are so generous. And because of that, things get done here. The trustees believe, and we're hearing it from others, that the community of Fergus Falls is unique in its ability to get things done. This is why we hear the buzz. There are great things happening in Fergus Falls. Thank you so much for inviting us to be a part of the celebration today.
Thank you, Sally. And so we talked about perseverance and the partnerships is the other thing. Obviously, there's a partnership with the Bedeen Trust, and there's partnerships with so many organizations that make this project possible. And I just want to mention a couple of them. I'm going to miss some people, but Bolton and May, Ben, and Grant Davenport and Ben are here. They're in the hallway, but this is a world-class project, right? If you guys were over there today, thank Bolton and Meg for just putting the top-notch. And Cameron and Kevin from Comstock Construction are the ones that actually put the screws and the bolts and the concrete together. So thank Comstock. Ottail Power, I don't know if anyone from Ottail Power is here. I'm sure there's a number of people from Ottail Power here, but Ottail Power, early in the project, they stepped up and they did a bunch of underground utility work that made this, you remember 3 years ago, there was a bunch of utility lines flowing through that parking lot. They went ahead and changed their schedule and did a boatload of underground utility work to make this project possible and make it aesthetically pleasing. So help me thank Ottail Power. And I want to make sure I thank David Remsen, but all of the staff. Bill Saumore, who got some gray hairs over this project over the years, trying to figure out how we're going to finance this thing. And Brian Ubarro, with the engineering, we change our plans about every 2 weeks. It felt like for a while. So Brian, all the city staff. I say it often, maybe probably not often enough, but we have just a tremendous staff in Fergus Falls. Would you help me say thank you? then partnerships that made this possible. So one of the big partnerships was early on, the new Rotary stepped up and said, we want to fundraise and we want to be a substantial partner in this. And so would you help me welcome one of the partners that made this possible, Zach Stash from the
It's a great joy and excitement that we're here today with the grand opening of the Splash Pad. And it's been a labor of love for the Fergus Falls Rotary. We dedicated this project back when Ryan Welly was our president. Ryan is right over there. Back in 2016. And we've had numerous presidents since then who have all kept spearheading this project and helping us raise the necessary funds to commit to reach our commitments to the city. We want to do something really special for our 100-year anniversary, which was back in 2020. And as we all know, 2020 was a weird year for everybody. So it's great to see this project finally come to completion. I wanted to take this opportunity to express our deepest gratitude to all the individuals who supported Rotary through our numerous fundraising projects, through donations, businesses, organizations. Thank you. Thank you for all of the money that you have helped us raise for this project, through all of our different fundraisers, through our Duck Derby project, which is our Duck Derby fundraiser, which is a big fundraiser that we have every year where we raise ducks down the river. And if you want to talk to a Rotarian, if you see them around today, we're selling ducks for July 11th. We also want to recognize some of the major donors that helped us reach our fundraising goal, which is the Rotary Foundation for Fergus Falls, Victor Lundine's Foundation, Ottertail Telcom, the Dave Peters Memorial, Randy and Terry Kemford, and Fergus Falls Enterprise for their gracious donations and contributions that made a big difference for us. And lastly, I just want to say thank you for everybody who's here today celebrating this great event, for all of these kids who are going to have a great time to go play and have fun all summer long. Thank you all.
You know, I also want to make note of the art that's a part of this project. And the artists are in the room. Carl and Jeff Zachman are back here in the corner. I've seen their work, but boy, when I saw it today, I was just blown away. That's unbelievable. I'm so proud of the art the community puts forward, and to have that a part of the project is something really special. And I want to thank the Dell Trust, because back in the very beginning of this project, one of the first grants we applied for was the National Endowment of the Arts. We had received $100,000 for being part of this project. It also required a $100,000 match. And as the costs continued to escalate in this project, and we were trying to figure out cutting back, trying to figure out how we're going to. The Dell Trust, Trustee Steve Hooper is here. They stepped forward and said they want to make sure that art is a part of this project, and they stepped forward not only to match that $100,000, they actually made another $150,000 contribution to this project. So the Dell Trust, thank you, Steve Hooper, for your leadership in that. I have two more people that I want to welcome up here, and I know we have a ribbon to cut, and I know there's some kids that are probably getting antsy. But one of the things that the Dean Trust did is they bring a lot of things. They bring the generosity to these projects, but they also bring wisdom. And when they made that commitment at the beginning of the project, they committed that money if we were able to see the project through. Right? So once we got phase one done, that was wonderful. But their commitment was for phase two. They wanted to make sure that we finished this. Well, in June of 2022, we opened Speed's Riverfront Park. The state legislature that year, we had $1 million in this project in the state legislature. They didn't pass a bonding bill. We got the construction bids back. They were double what we expected. I think it's safe to say this project was dead in the water. We went back down to the Dean Trust, up their ante in this project, if a local group would step forward and raise the funds. And a local group did step forward and raise the funds. And it was Peggy Underwood and Tasha Rolfs. This project would not have happened if they hadn't stepped up and matched the Dean's contribution to say the community's going to be in this as well. So they've done, both of them have done so much for the community. I mean, I just can't even begin to say on this project it wouldn't have happened without them. So would you help me welcome Tasha Rolfs?
got to stand up. So everybody can see you. You find another passionate mom, and you get things done, right? That's what our job was. So a few years ago, my little kiddos here, Reagan and Carson, were trekking to Fargo for a splash pad. We're trekking to Breckenridge for a pool, and my children would say, "Mom, can't we get a pool and a splash pad in Fergus?" Well, hey, we did it! Woo! Obviously the pool being next summer, but again, another awesome thing to look forward to. And with an incredible effort from our mayor, I think we all should probably just give Ben a huge round of applause. Not everyone sees the fight that he fights for our city, and he fights hard. And we are so lucky that he has built so many bridges and partnerships to make projects like this happen, period. So a huge, huge thank you to Ben. And the City Hall staff, City Council, the Aquatic Center Committee for that huge accomplishment happening next summer, our Splash Pad Fundraising Committee, and many, many generous donors who believed in this. And our community who believes in having the best for our children. We have completed the Splash Pad. Next summer is the Aquatic Center, and this is a time for us to truly celebrate. Today, we celebrate the continued progress and forward thinking of Fergus Falls. Today, we celebrate the completion of a free and accessible downtown riverfront amenity that will attract and retain young families. That's our phrase we have to keep at the forefront of our mind. Attract and retain young families. Attract and retain young families. It's been something I've been spitting out for 5 years now. And we celebrate, and we have to celebrate loud. We must celebrate big. The army of positive voices are here. Look at the army of positive voices. Look at the army of positive voices out there. We have to continue that celebration, and we have to speak up. Unfortunately, I sometimes hear people say, "Oh, there's just some negativity in Fergus." Well, you know what? That's only because the negative voices are louder than the positive ones. And you know why? We're being too Minnesota nice, too Minnesota proper. And we're not fighting them with our cheers and positive messages for all the good that's happening. Those who cheer for Fergus and root for Fergus have to cheer and root louder. I'm telling you guys, we have to. We must voice our positivity louder and drown out those few little negative ones. Okay? It's only a few. This is what matters. This is the momentum that we're really going for. So let's share all the good. Share with your loved ones the progress happening here. Share with your friends on social media all the new amenities that we have and that we're striving for. Share that you support the forward momentum. Be loud and be proud and show that Fergus can have nice things. Okay? Fergus can be the best for our children. We just have to use our voice and support the projects. Be louder, be prouder, and we can continue this forward momentum. Let's celebrate. And that's a challenge to everyone. Celebrate and support with all these projects. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Patrick. I don't know about you, but I want her at the front of that charge, right? At the front of that. A couple more people. I want to recognize council members that are here. Laura's back here. Laura, say hi. Councilmember Laura. Jim Fish is here, and Scott Kwami's here. Where's Scott? There's Scott. So please, Scott, thanks. Councilman And then also, I want to thank a couple people that I consider friends, what people consider them friends, and they're mentors, and they've done so much for this community. A lot of it you see because they've been fortunate. I think they would tell you they've been fortunate in their lives, and they give back to other people. But so much of what they do, you don't see. It is under the radar and behind the scenes. And this community wouldn't be the community that it is without Gary Speaks and John McFarland and what they've done together. Would you have me say thank all right, kids, we're going to cut the ribbon here in just a minute, but I want to have one more person that I've gotten to know over the course of the last couple of years of this project. Peggy was partners with Tasha in the fundraising effort, but there was another member of that fundraising team too, and someone whose family's been in this community a long time, who's meant an awful lot to the community, and you know, they gave a lot of time to this project, and you know, money isn't everything in the world, but they gave an awful lot of their money too, because they saw what this project would mean for the community and the kids of this community. I think you'll maybe tell the story, but their family had some connection with both sides of the block of this project. It's really special to them. So would you please help me say thank you and welcome Ben Underwood.
Well, I'm going to be brief. It's hard to follow these acts. But yes, I have long-term family members that operated businesses on Court Street and Mill Street. And so our family felt it was important to support this project right in the middle. I want to thank everybody for their hard work in making this project, come to its culmination. I think it's a great 1-2 punch when you combine Spies Park and the Riverfront 2 project with the Splash Pad. And based on the shouts of kind of glee I'm hearing, I'm thinking it's all ready working. So that's great. And I have a suggestion for all you kids, young and old out there, is for a photo op or a selfie, position yourself over at the splash pad with your children or your loved ones, and then the city hall in the background, and then click. And I think you're going to get an award winner. So again, thanks to everyone who's contributed to the success of the project. The city council, the city staff, the construction workers, the various contributors to the project, the fundraising, and most of all to the fundraising chairs, Tasha Rolfe and my wife Peggy. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, as Ben mentioned, there's been so many people who have contributed their time and their treasure. Everywhere from $5 all the way to $1 million people contributed. So to the community, I guess the last thank you is to you. Thanks for everything you do to make this such a great place. So give yourselves a round of applause. I guess at this time we're going to officially cut the ribbon. So maybe all the kids want to come up here for sure. Help. Anyone else? In fact, everybody. Anyone who wants to come on up, let's cut the ribbon. So it's official.
Headdress and we're 20 minutes. He just wants kids to cut the ribbon first. That is one big sentence. It is. Like cuts too. You need to get below your ears.
All right, you ready? Thanks, everybody.